Yo, what is going on, guys? This is your boy CJ Beasley here, back again. Today we have another battle video from the ICBA. This week we are taking on Melon, coach of the Exeter Chiefs. He is a great battler. I've been watching him before I even was in this league, so definitely go check him out. His links will obviously be down in the description below. But anyways, guys, let's just hop right into the team he has. He has the Giratina Origin form, I believe it's called. Mew, Mega Scizor, Volcarona, Mienshao, Nidoking, Whimsicott, Minior, Alolan Persian, Seismitoad, and Raichu. So, honestly, pretty scary team. Just team matchup wise. I mean, like, Volcarona is a big threat against pretty much my entire team, especially it being one of his Z captains, I believe. Giratina Origin is such a big threat. Mew is always a threat, no matter what situation you're in. Scissor's always a threat. So definitely a scary team. But I feel like I built something at least to kind of counter that. So we'll just hop right into it. And I just kind of want to disclaim before I go into this that this team like really isn't the best. One, I kind of like, I wouldn't say I built it last minute, but like I didn't give myself as much time as I normally would, just because like I was kind of running behind on all the leagues I'm in. And two, like I didn't like get the most amount of help that I would have wanted. Like some guys like gave me some like pointers, and I believe I think I got like one mock, but it was just kind of wasn't up to normal standards. So I definitely apologize for that in advance. This team just wasn't as good as it should have been. But anyways, guys, we're gonna hop right into it. So first up, we got Reese Hoskins, the Darkrai with the Icy Z, with Bad Dreams, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, Incinerate, and Nasty Plot. With 12 HP, 4 defense, max special attack, 20 special defense, and 220 speed with a Timid Nature. This outspeeds his entire team aside from like a Scarfer. But besides like Scarf Mienshao, let's say. But besides that, like, it outspeeds his entire team. And at +2, this coverage pretty much runs through him. So the idea is to kind of play well with Darkrai, hopefully, and just kind of win late game with it. Next up, we got Aeronola Milotic with Leftovers, competitive with Scald, Ice Beam, Recover, and Haze with 212 HP, 4 defense, 52 special attack, 204 speed, or excuse me, 204 speed def, and 36 speed with a Calm Nature. Probably should have gone Flame Orb just looking back at it now, but what can you do about it? But Scald, Ice Beam pretty much hits his entire team. Haze shuts down Scizor, it shuts down Mew, just kind of those things that want to set up against me. And the Recover is obviously there for longevity. And this is just generally a good special wall. Next up, we got JT Real Mewtwo, the Mega Aggron with the Sturdy, obviously, before Mega Balls, and the Filter after it does, with Heavy Slam, Fire Punch, Roar, and Stealth Rocks with 204 HP, 12 attack, 76 defense, 212 special defense, and 4 speed with an Impish Nature. This basically takes hits from like everything on his team for days. I believe high jump kicks a 3-8 KO from a Mienshao, like a Jolly Mienshao without a boosting item, and it can take hits from the special side. And Heavy Slam plus Fire Punch basically hits his entire team, and Roar is obviously there for the setup sweepers, as well as just kind of phasing things and getting Rocks chip, which can always be nice. So next up, we got Mark Franco with the Delmise with the Assault Vest, with Steelworker, Shadow Claw, Power Whip, Anchor Shot, and Rapid Spin with 172 HP, 128 attack, and 228 special defense with a Careful Nature. Let me look back. What was this for? Oh, this was my... Right? I want to say this was for like Seismitoad and Nidoking, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. I honestly, like, it's been a while since I built this team, so bear with me on that. But you know, this coverage pretty much hits his entire team. Shadow Claw plus Power Whip plus Anchor Shot pretty much hits his entire team, and Rapid is obviously there, nice to just get rid of rocks and hazards like that. Next up, we got Jake Arrieta, the Florges with the Kibia Berry again. with a Fire Veil, Moonblast, Psychic, Protect, and Wish, with 236 HP, 124 defense with a Bold Nature, 60 special attack, 4 speed, or excuse me, 4 speed def, and 84 speed. This was for like the Mienshao, as it's a pretty good check to that thing. That's why it has a ICBA berry, but honestly, like a berry with like HP Fire probably would have been better this week. But you know, like it is what it is. Can't change it now. But Wish support is really nice for pretty much my entire team, and Moonblast plus Psychic hits everything aside from the Mega Scizor. And finally, we got Gosselin, the Galvantula with the Focus Sash, Unnerve, Bug Buzz, Volt Switch, Thunder Wave, and Sticky Webs with 60 HP, max special attack, and 196 speed with a Timid Nature. This thing basically is there to set up the Sticky Webs, is honestly all it's there for, and then Volt Switch plus Bug Buzz is just nice against the scene. Bug Buzz hits pretty much everything, and Volt Switch is nice for pivot, and Thunder Wave is nice for like the Mienshao. It's nice for the Whimsicott, it's nice for the Giratina. If I can't Toxic that thing, I don't even know, do I even have Toxic? No, I don't have Toxic. So yeah, Thunder Wave is pretty much my only status, so Thunder Waving that is nice and basically just cripples his entire team. So anyways guys, I'm going to stop talking because this is kind of late, and I'm actually recording this on Monday, the day it should go up, so I'm just trying to get this done. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking and we'll hop right into it. Alright guys, so we're back. So looking at the team he brought the Nidoking, Mienshao, Seismitoad, Mega Scizor, Mew, and Giratina. So basically everything I expected. Nothing really too surprising. All the main threats to my team. Seismitoad is definitely his check to Mega Aggron, as it does that super well. And besides that, I feel like my Darkrai looks super good against him. I don't really see a good lead matchup he has, so I'm just going to lead it, and if he leads the Mienshao, then I'll just assume it's Scarf for the rest of the game, and I can play around that accordingly. So but here, I will just leave the Darkrai, like I said. Let me get this little bar off the screen. It'll fade away. There it goes. Alright, but as he does lead the Nidoking, so here I was like, okay, maybe he switches, maybe he's Yachi to counter the Darkrai, so I'm just going to go for the Ice Beam. I know it won't KO, or it depends on his spread. Sometimes it'll KO, just depending how bulky he is. But he turns out to be semi-bulky, and he goes for the Sludge Wave. And it does a huge amount of damage to me, but I knew I could live one. And here I go for the Incinerate, assuming it would KO, but he's bulkier than I thought he would be, so he lives on like 1. So we lose our Darkrai turn 2, which is absolutely awful. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I probably lost. Like, I just thought that immediately in my head. Like, it's going to be really hard to get back from this. As my only thing on my team that outspeeds on the Nidoking is going to be the Galvantula. So I kind of have to go into it at this point and just click the Bug Buzz. As he does just go out into his Giratina, which is super free on Galvantula. As I just go for the Bug Buzz. And so here, we will just go for the Sticky Web, I believe, as I do actually get the Spadef drop, which is kind of nice. But we actually go for the Thunder Wave, and we miss it, which is awful. And he goes for the Shadow Force, so I know this will bring me down to my stash, and it's pretty free Sticky Web at this point. I don't really need the Sticky Web, but like there was nothing I could really else do here. I didn't really have a switch into physical Giratina, so as he does bring me down to my Focus Sash, and I'm like, okay, he either defogs or Shadow Sneaks here, but either way, Volt Switch is pretty free. As he does just go for the Shadow Sneak, so he prioritizes killing my Galvantula here, as he does get the crit on that, which really doesn't matter all too much. But here I just got into my Mega Aggron, as I know I can take some hits from it. And at this point, I will just go for the Stealth Rocks, I believe, as he does defog, I want to say. Yeah, he defogs away my Sticky Webs, which didn't really matter at this point, as everything I have is like -2 speed anyways that's left. So as I will just go for the Stealth Rocks here. And so at this point, I do just click the Roar, I believe. Kind of expecting the switch, as well as just wanting to phase him out, get some chip damage off of him. And so here he goes out into the Seismitoad, and I can freely roar out. I'm just going to let you guys know that there's a lot of turns I just kind of spam roar. So just want to let you guys know that now. But so I roared here. He goes out into the Mega Scizor off the roar, which is perfect because this is a free roar again, I believe. So I believe I just click the Roar here, as I do expect him to either U-turn or Superpower, but either way, Roar is pretty free, as he does just go for the U-turn, which is totally fine. And so here he goes right back onto the Seismitoad. Oops, sorry. As I will just click the Roar again. And this time we phase him out into the Nidoking. So we actually get a KO, which is pretty nice because he will die to the rock. So getting the Nidoking out is pretty big because he was a really big threat to my entire team. So that's pretty nice. But here he just goes on the Seismitoad pretty freely, as I can just go into my Florges, I believe, or my Milotic. I don't exactly remember which one I go into. My Florges, so... Sorry. I will just go to my Florges, and he clicks the Stealth Rocks at this point, which don't really matter all too much, as I can just Wish Pass around anyways. And so here I believe I just click a pretty free Wish, as all he could really do is Sludge Wave me or Toxic me, as he does just go into his Mew. Or maybe I click the Moonblast first. I might click the Moonblast first. No, I click the Wish. Okay. And I believe here we click the Moonblast just to gauge what he wants to go for, as he just does click the Raw Psychic, which is totally fine. It does about like 20% to me, 25% I guess. And I will just click the free Moonblast, like I said, and it does about 25-30%. So I know I can't really stay in on this, as it becomes setup fodder at this point. So I go back out into my Mega Aggron. Just kind of want to scout what moves he has. And at this point, he goes for the Soft Boil just to get recovery back. So he hasn't shown setup. So at this point, I'm like, okay, maybe he's just not set up. Maybe he's just like 3 attacks plus recovery. But I will just go for the Roar, I believe, yet again, as he does just go back on the Seismitoad, because it's always his check to the Mega Aggron. Actually, I go for the Heavy Slam. I probably should have gone for the Roar there, but it's alright. So I go for the Heavy Slam. Does a nice 20% to the Seismitoad, as he will get some leftovers recovery. And at this point, he just goes for the Scald, and I just decide to stay in. I'm like, okay, whatever. And he does get the burn, obviously, and I will just go for the Roar and phase him out. And he gets phased out into his Mienshao, which is absolutely worst case scenario for me, as this is a pretty free U-turn. So we have to switch out into the, or excuse me. Here we predict the U-turn, and so we stay in and go for the Roar again, I believe. Just trying to get residual chip on this, on his entire team, for potentially my Milotic, just to clean up late game. Just trying to deal as much chip damage, because everything except for Mew has, or yeah, everything except for Mew doesn't have recovery. So Mew's the only thing on his team with recovery. So that's kind of the idea behind spamming Roar. But to do that, we would have to get the the Aggron to a higher amount of health. So we will go on the Florges and try to 1, eat the Flamethrower / Aura Sphere, and 2, Wish Pass back into the Aggron. So he does go for the Nasty Plot, as I do click the Wish, I believe. Yep. And so here I just go out into my Delamise, I believe, as it can tank pretty much whatever he wants to go for, and just deal damage with the Shadow Claw. But knowing he's Nasty Plot Mew, I feel like at this point I just kind of lose to it, is like just kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, I think I just kind of lose to this, as everything on my team's slow, and everything on my team is like bulky but can't really like deal back damage, and the only thing that has phasing is Aggron, but Milotic can also haze. So here we go for the Shadow Claws. We take a Psychic to the face, as he will just go for a second Psychic and KO my Delamise. So that's my Delamise gone. As I will just go into my Milotic, because I know I can take one Psychic. I believe I can take Psychic into another Psychic after he's not +4 anymore. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. Actually, I can't. Yeah, I can't. But I will go for the Haze, And so here I'm like, okay, I kind of just lose my Milotic too, and I kind of just lose this game. Is it like exactly what I was thinking at this point? But here I believe I just go for the recover. I believe. Yeah. Oh wait, I can live it actually still, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I calced to live that. Yeah. I forgot about leftovers. I thought I was forgetting exactly how that interaction went, but yeah. So we lived it. And we got a nice recover back up, as he will just go for the soft boil at this point, and I can click recover yet again. Get back up to full. And here, I believe I just go for the ice beam. Let me see. Yeah, he switches out. I believe he goes in Giratina at this point. No, he goes into Seismitoad, as I do click the ice beam, I believe. Predicting that, yep. And so we'll get a nice chunk off on Seismitoad, which is absolutely amazing for my Aggron, in case that has to come down to me winning with Aggron. So here he doubles back out into Giratina, as I do click the ice beam. And here you'll actually see that we do get the freeze. I kind of spoiled it a little early, but we get the freeze. So we'll take that. Honestly, we missed the Thunder Wave earlier, and we got like pretty much a low roll on the Incinerate. It seemed like, at least. I don't actually know. So we absolutely take that. So we will just kind of keep clicking Ice Beam. He doesn't really have a switch into this point, and we will KO this Giratina, as he does stay frozen. And so that's 2 of his mons down. So it's 4-3. It's not impossible, but it's not looking good for us at all. But either way, he's going to go on his Mienshao, I believe, at this point. Alright, so he goes on his Mienshao. Sorry, I keep yawning. It's really late right now. But he goes into his Mienshao, as I do click the recover, just kind of want to gauge the damage. And at this point, I kind of see that he's like most likely banded. So I'm just going to go on to my Florges at this point. And just try to wish pass around a little bit. Oh no, I got hard in my Aggron. Why did I do that? Was I trying to sack it? Yes, I was trying to sack it. Okay. So I'm trying to sack my Aggron at this point. I don't know why I didn't just go Florges, but apparently. Oh, I don't think I could take 2 actually after rocks. Yeah, okay, that's why I couldn't take 2 after rocks. So here we are down 4-2, and it's not looking good for us, but we will keep trying. So we go for the wish at this point, I believe. Just trying to wish pass back to my Milotic, or keep my Florges healthy. As we do just click Moonblast, as I know I can live a Bullet Punch. Actually, I couldn't live a Bullet Punch, but I expected him to go for U-turn, as switching out into the Milotic was super obvious from me. So I stay in, go for the Moonblast, gets a nice chip, as he does go for the U-turn and has to go back out into his Mew. And so here I will just click I will get the recovery back from the wish, and I will just go onto my Mew, I believe, or my Milotic on this Mew. As I believe he just goes for Psychic, I want to say, or maybe he goes for Nasty Ball. He goes for Nasty Ball first, okay. But I believe at this point I can still take 2 Psychic after a Haze, I believe, if I remember correctly. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I believe I just Haze here. Yes, yeah. We recover first, actually. I don't know why I recovered first. Oh, because it would put me on more. That's why. Okay, so I recover first. Because I knew it wouldn't do 50%, and I could get a little more recovery back. And here I believe this is the turn I click the Haze, as he does get another Spadep drop. So he's gotten 2 Spadep drops, as well as the miss on the Para, or the Thunder Wave, excuse me. So kind of getting a lot of hacks here, but it's alright. But here we just go for the Haze, as we will just click the Scald at this point, expecting him to want to go out into his Mienshao. I'm trying to get the Scald burn, because at this point Mienshao wins unless if it's burnt. If we can get the burn, that'd be amazing, but obviously we don't get the burn, because, you know, that's just how it goes. And so he does go for the high jump kick, and we will die obviously because we are not taking a banded high jump kick unless if he missed, but he didn't. So we just go onto the floor just at this point, and I know that he has to just go back out into his scissor, and there's nothing I can really do about it. He gets a 4-0 differential easily since I don't have the him power fire. But either way, so we go for the wish. You know, just getting a little recovery back, just trying to see if there's any way I can pull this out. But he just goes for the bull punch, and that will be a 2 KO on me. We actually live it on like 14. Yeah, I believe I could, like, I was calculated that though. I don't actually remember. But I just go for the moon blast. It's not going to do much. It's not even a 2-shot. So we get the wish recovery, but at this point it's null and void since he will just click bull punch again and take me out. So good game to my opponent. I was a little salty about the hacks, but you know, like, I honestly didn't play that well. I let my Darkrai go down turn 2, which absolutely was the most stupid thing I could do in the world, as well as my team building just wasn't great as I built it last minute and I didn't get the most amount of help that I would have wished I could have. But either way, guys, we're gonna try to get back after it. We're 4-1 at this point, which is not a good record, but we're still not out of playoffs, so still keeping our playoff dreams alive. So anyways, if you guys are enjoying these battles, or if you feel sorry for me, leave a like on the video to make you feel better, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.